you want to think of it as like a little baby. If you told a little baby, come to me, and it starts to step in your direction, you go, yes, good, come on.
Okay.
Don't do it till I tell you. Only do it at home. Again, you're only practicing it when she's moving away. All right, go ahead.
Nala.
There you go. Perfect, Carlos, perfect. All right, and then that's it. And because that's what I call purpose-driven behavior and muscle memory too, because you have muscle memory in the Army. But, you know, to the point, I want you to call her and do the pager every single time like that, and that's what's going to create the muscle memory in the event she accidentally didn't have it on one time. But, I mean, all right, call her.
Nala. Good girl. Come on.
And I would be super happy then because it was like, oh, you chose me over the serial killer. George goes, serial killer? Get over yourself, lady.
You wish. You wish.
All right, call her.
Nala. Come on.
Yay, you're all happy? All right, let's see if you can delicately get that leash off by hooking the little blue collar. Good, delicately. And I would always tell her, gentle, gentle, to let her know, Carlos, because, you know, the reason she was having that reaction. All right, call her.
Nala. Nala.
Good. Good, good. Please don't say that's not the right sprayer, George, because it was right in the section.
No, it's the right sprayer.
All right, so but are we going to do the stain first, the red?
Well, this stuff here is supposed to work by itself.
No. I
Is that
call
what
her,
they
call
said?
her.
Nala. Nala.
No, we did our own thing. Figure it out.
Let's just put the stain on and then...
We wanted that, she wanted that red on there, and she just, so that it'll be red, and then the stain over it.
Nala.
Good, be really, and Carlos, again, you know,
Right.
think of it in
Just-
a training format. Because she went bam, you got to go, yes, yes, yes. That is what, absolutely what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for halfway. All right, call her.
Nala. Good girl. Come on. Good girl.
All right, come on, she needs a drink. Let's go for a nature walk. There's one thing I will love, it's a nature walk. But was she a swimmer before she came here?
Yes. Well, she didn't really go into the ponds a lot, but she would love to get her paws and up to here.
Okay, well, I think swimming, their feet actually have to...
Right. That's what I'm saying. We never really let her get into the ponds because I don't know what's in that pond or whatnot. I never really let her get in there.
Oh, I see that. All right, look, so this is your pager, and I'm really holding it down. I want you to think of it like your cell phone. You're calling one of the kids, and I'm not hanging up till you answer type of situation. You know what I mean? We're not just, nothing. And what I was doing for the backup, you know, you're gonna go to the side. And again, you're making a judgment call. You know, if a rabbit came and she started running, I did the pager and she didn't stop, yeah, I'm gonna go for the nip. You know what I mean? If she was just kind of, you know, you're basing a lot, you know, you're making judgment calls. Things are gonna, there's so many variables. That's why these people that go to this 2-week school to learn how to train dogs, they're so terrible.
Then go teach the rest of the world.
God, I am turning into Carrie's father.
Not even
come on, let's
Carrie.
go.
Carrie's father.
All right, but your
Let's do
role
it.
is, again, the enthusiastic coach that notices the little nuances of things. Because what happened when she really did that abrupt turn, when she was running towards Summer over there, that was the nip. But you saw what it was a conscious thing. You know, that is turn it in this direction. And sometimes with the pager, you'll see, they'll say, I know what that is. And that's really bad. So it's very simple. All right, so what I want you to do is do your pager and then start walking that way and call it. And then act like you're leaving, though. Go. Holler for her.
Nala.
Keep holding it down. Call her.
Nala.
Good. All right, now give her the treat right away.
Good girl. Come on.
All right, and then that's just the end. All right, call her. Do your pager.
Nala. Nala.
Good. Good.
Good girl.
Good.
Good girl.
I'm just going to tell you right now, Carlos, anytime I see that banking move, good.
Do you want me to hold the finger all the way to me or?
No, well, when she, as long as, all right.
That's a good question.
Go.
That
When
is a
you
good
can pretty
question.
much, Carlos, see intent. Again, I don't want you to hold it all the way, especially at a long distance, but get them, once you can see her intention is to come to you, then you're letting it up.
Once she's committed and she's.
Yes, but I would tell you, people don't hold it down long enough, so I would hesitate to say don't hold it down too long. It's gonna vary, and again, that's the only time that you judge that. She just deciding it's not too good right now. No, because again, it's just like kids. You know, and they've got a lot, you know, it's gotta be.
That's a good question. That's one of my biggest questions
Well,
in my head is when do you let it up?
this dog uses about 20 times more nick than a normal dog. And, you know, and just really because of that breed. They're bred not to be sensitive. You know what I mean? If they were sensitive, they would have shivered to death, you know, 300 years ago up there. All right, come on, let's walk around. Oh, let's not get that on film. Yes, that's good enough.
Yeah, it's just a little trick. Here it come.
What we need to do is a reenactment. Here's the problem. It sounds like it's Greg's remote. That would be even funnier. Because I quit using that thing. He actually changed the remote because of me. But yeah, that would be. All right, heel. We can draw it to make it look like heel.
Oh goodness.
This guy is like, this girl just needs to just go to the moon.
I have a couple of.
Get ready. Get ready. Call her. Call her.
Nala!
Good.
Good girl.
Yay!
Come on.
Yay!
Yay! Come on. Come on.
Yeah, you see?
Good girl.
Oh, the wonderful nature trails. Get ready, Carlos. What is your nick set on?
Says 44 here.
All right, let's go ahead and put it on 30. Let her get out of your sight. Let her get out of your sight. Because I'll tell you what I do. All right, now hit your nick and call her.
Nala!
Good. Get your tree. Get your tree.
Good girl. Good girl.
So, you know, and we're kind of, you know, and I don't want to say testing, but we're kind of gauging. Oh, I like that word so much better. Where we're at. If you would hit the nick at 30 and she didn't reappear, now you're always going to follow that with your pager, but, well, unless she goes around this other corner. All right, do your pager one time.
Nala!
Good. Now, yeah.
Good. Come on, girl.
Remember, you're calling her because there's a...
Yeah.
But do you see what happened, Carlos? That your nick augmented your pager speed. She was, you know, saying to herself, yeah. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Let's go see what's going on in the back. All right, get ready. When she goes around that corner, you're going to do that nick again and back up. You'll start going. Go. Hit your nick. Pop, and call her.
Nala!
Good. Here she comes. Good.
Good.
Add your pager real quick. Good.
Good.
Yay!
Good.
No, don't try to pet her, though. Don't try to pet her. Remember, they're not looking for that any more than you would be in the Army. Good job, Carlos! You'd be like, dude. Oh, no, you'd be like going to whatever Army Human Resources is and go, this guy can't keep his hands off me. All right, I'm going to tell you what. I would go back up to 40. Noah!
Yay!
Don't touch her. If anything, I'm very hands-off. You'd be lucky if Billy Joe Armstrong wanted to shake your hand. Oh, Billy Joe Armstrong doesn't have a southern accent. What's wrong with me? I'm getting all my shows mixed up. But what that was, again, was we don't like it when you disappear. I'll tell you what I like.
That's
Because they've got that one guy on
That's
YouTube with
not
the dog
okay.
in
She needs to push the limit though.
Nala!
Yay! Come on, girl.
So what I did, and I was back to 44, but what I did was went pop up. And you're mostly doing, with this dog, I would say, in the beginning, you're probably doing 80% pager, 20% nick. Most dogs are 97% pager. And it doesn't really say anything about the dog. From the trainer's viewpoint, it's a good dog to train. Because if you have one that can, and same thing in the Army, if you have these people that can't take any pressure and start crying at every little, you know what I mean? It's purposely not or they're just going to be very difficult. They're going to be very limited because they're going to be very limited as far as what you can train them to do. Because as soon as it gets difficult, they collapse. Yes, I'm sure you know all about that. Burst into tears. Well, maybe next burst into tears. Call it.
Nala! Yay!
So same thing. That was the same thing. So what that would make me think, if we were out in the woods, let's just say this was the Ocala National Forest.
We are in the woods.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. Probably maybe even going up to 50 to make sure. Because we're not inhibiting her in any way. But we are. Okay, get ready.
Nala!
Come on, go this way.
Yay! Come on!
Give her the treat.
Yay! Yay!
So that was pop, pop, pop. But again, we're not losing any attitude, okay? Oh, look, my armadillos.
Your moles?
Back here at night and roll around with my little armadillo family.
Oh, goodness. She's not. I'm not going to let her do that.
But you see, she's not losing any attitude, and we're not inhibiting the behavior, but, whatever it is in there. Go ahead.
Nala! Yay!
Go towards her. Never go towards her.
Yay!
Part of the reason we're calling her, in her mind, is we're leaving, and we're such good friends that we wouldn't leave without you. You know what I mean? Not, we're so desperate. Like us, like us.
Here,
We base all our emotional and worth and everything on our dog. And if it doesn't like us or doesn't listen to us, we're horrible people. This is how these people write this stuff. Yeah, but she's still enjoying her life. I mean, that's what these people, when they shut these dogs down, well, yeah, dogs that are shut down just sit there and don't do anything wrong, but they also have no quality of life. Right. Don't just... I made a judgment call. Call it.
Nala! Yay! Come on! Yay!
And she kind of had like a little double move right there. We can play it back, but did you see she kind of... It was like the little devil Nala and the little angel Nala. There was a little pulling back and forth, but I was... And you're going to use less and less of the mitt as time goes on. But again, if they didn't have this, Carlos, this dog would have a terrible life. You wouldn't be able to let it run around. She would get loose. She would have freedom for 2 or 3 hours while you chased her around, and then you would, rearrange her lifestyle to make sure it didn't happen again. And then 6 months later, the baby would go up, and the guy went in the back or whatever would leave the window. Call her.
Nala! Yay!
All right, now let's just let her go for a little swim. Because we kind of hyper-concentrated a lot, and you want the colors spread out during the day. You're doing little sessions, but, especially in the beginning when she first came, when she was in the backyard, because they can go where I can't see them, and I would just go to the door and call her and do the pager. So she started thinking, this chick's got eyes in the back of her head. You know what I mean? It just turned them on to a concept they weren't aware of before. That voice has something to do, even though I can't even see these people, somehow, and they don't really honestly even think it's that strange, somehow they're speaking through my collar. Oh, what will these crazy humans think of next?
Somehow they don't think it's that
somehow,
strange.
I don't know how, but what do these crazy nuts think of next? Oh no, Nala, a husky. Well, there was 2 of them. I'm going to change the music on the one. It's kind of creepy, but, it's good to watch it on TV.
Look, the fish are following her.
Oh, but that's...
The fishies are following Nala.
Nala! Yay!
I've turned Carlos into me. It's disturbing. The next
Still go
stage
dead.
that he doesn't realize is he starts turning into Carrie's father on the King of Queens. Bye, you guys.